Brosplay! Hey,
Welcome back to Faceplant.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to commandeer a vehicle.
Come.
They'll pull me out of the car, by the way.
Will they?
Yeah. I think that other guy got crushed.
Bad M.
Yeah. Bad him.
Theory?
Bad him.
Who's Greg Wiseman?
I don't know, but he's a bro.
Is Greg Wiseman a bro?
Apparently.
Is that what we're calling people who like the show?
No.
Because that's PewDiePie's thing.
Really?
Yeah, his fans are bros.
You sure that's not just like a human thing?
Well, I mean, yeah. I don't mean his thing as in it's like exclusively his thing.
Yeah, Pewds came up with that.
Pewds came up with the internet. I don't know if you know about that. He actually invented YouTube. He's the president of Nice!
Sorry.
There's actually a video that he did with another YouTuber where it was like she was purposely trying to be a dickhead interviewer, and she starts off with, "So we're here with the head of YouTube, PewDiePie." It was really funny because if you don't know that it was supposed to be funny, it seems like a really bad interview. Dude, we've talked about this, probably not on the show, but you really gotta be careful about how you're represented nowadays. I mean, you always had to, but it's so much easier for just some random shitty human being to have you on an interview show and then paint a picture of you that's not accurate. Whatever
picture they want.
Yeah, and a really great example is there's this lady, and I don't know how Danny Sexbang feels about it, but Danny Sexbang from Game Grumps and Ninja Sex Party in the early days, like 3 or 4 years ago, was in an interview with this woman who has a YouTube page. This is an appropriate time.
Oh,
was he?
Baby.
Oh, I thought it said 0% chance of success. These levels are really well designed, man. I like this.
Yeah. Plus, that chance of success is not based off me having a fucking seeking rocket launcher. It's actually a really, really OP weapon.
But yeah, he was in an interview with her a long fucking time ago, and she says, "So tell me what Ninja Sex Party is." And he says, "Well, it's a band with me and my friend Ninja Brian, and it's mostly about sex and dicks and stuff like that." And she says, "Oh wow, how very misogynistic." And he opens his mouth to say something, and it cuts to the next scene.
Wow.
Like, oh, okay. So you're the kind of type of person who tells somebody, who makes a statement about someone and then doesn't let them respond to it.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, even
I clearly don't care.
What the fuck is this?
Why is there
Firefly?
4 sniper rifles down here?
Even if Danny was okay with that, like that, with no response, probably should have just not have been put in there at all. Like he could have just left it with, it's a band about sex and dicks.
Yeah, like you didn't have to say anything.
You didn't have to call him misogynistic. And it's not. They're so clearly not misogynistic because they have a whole song. I forget what it's called. But the song is, they're at the National Women's Betterment Convention. And the main point is that you can have sex with us. Like that's how you can better yourself, is by... it's called You Can Do Us, I think.
That's
like,
funny.
The whole idea is like you can better yourself as women by doing us, and it's clearly a joke. It's so clearly a joke.
How could it not be a joke with a title like that?
Yeah,
or a premise like that, I guess.
It's so fucking funny. I love that band.
If you notice how quickly my demolition is almost up to the next level.
Is that just because you're too low right now?
Well, I mean, I haven't leveled it up yet, but it's because like this. You're not supposed to get a rocket launcher while you're fighting these guys. These guys group a lot, and they come in high doses. Okay.
I would say that's just a general statement on expectations for life. You're not supposed to get a rocket launcher.
Yeah, no, you are not supposed to begin with a rocket launcher.
Ooh. Also, to talk about another game that we're not playing, Mercenaries is ridiculously hard to control because the frame rate is like 5.
Just in general, hard to control?
Yeah. Like this game is like, it's nice. It's smooth. Aiming is fluent.
Yeah, well, this game is probably, I would say, like among the pinnacle of games as far as third-person shooters goes. I know you're not a huge fan of the lock-on.
No, I'm not a huge fan. At the same time, I get it. I get why you would want to go for it.
Well, there's so much mayhem in this game.
But they also... They also designed it effectively around it. They didn't just give you an auto lock and then make it stupid powerful. They made it so that it's kind of inefficient to do anything without the lock, unless you're using explosives. I love how you use one rocket on one dude. You want to blow that? Just blow this up so you don't get blown up. So the beauty of doing a two-person game where only one person's playing is the other person can be your
guide.
Your guide. And there's so many games that do that. It's so clearly an effective method of guiding a player through is having a character who's always there going, hey, did you know you could put the rocket launcher in your butthole? Don't pretend you didn't know that.
Well, I mean, I could always try.
I mean, I didn't need to know that I had the right to put a rocket launcher in my butthole. I always knew that. There's too much butthole talk recently. I was just watching Dave Cho, so that's where that came from. Do you know much about Dave Cho?
Dave Cho from DVD ASA?
Yeah.
Basically just that.
Have you ever seen the AR-15 in Asa Akira's butthole?
No.
There's a whole t-shirt for it.
I can definitely say I do not know what that is.
It's exactly what it sounds like. It is I don't know if it's an actual AR-15.
Just beating him to death.
That's pretty efficient. Ramon Gonzalez.
They have some pretty reasonable names in this. And like, I think that the bosses were done really well in this game.
How cute. Does he have a face mask? Oh.
Looks like it, actually.
I love it. It's like, you kicked him to death, and then he's like, hey, status report, agent. Ramon Gonzalez is gone. Is no more. Like, yeah, buddy, I kicked him into no more.
Yeah, I did it. Why are you telling me?
It's like one of the Die Hard movies, the one with Justin Long. It's like, did you see that? Like, of course I saw that, I did it.
Have you seen,
yes.
Stranger Things? Strange Things?
Shit! I thought you were gonna say the Die Hard after the.
Oh no! You told me about that.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. It's Stranger Things is fantastic. But I forget what it's called. It's some other stupid variation of Die Another Day. It's like a good day to die hard. I think that's what it's called. And
yeah, that is actually
the character, his son is in it. I said it like that because I thought when someone was saying it that it was his son, the actor, but I don't think that's his son.
Does he have a son who's an actor?
I don't think he has a son. I'm pretty sure he only has a daughter or daughters, but I don't fucking know.
But either way, Strange Things, sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
Have you finished it?
No, I'm like the second episode.
What?
But
I watched it in 2 days. How are you only on the second episode?
Because I have this thing called responsibilities and Brosplay to export.
Yeah, but man,
I worked 50 hours last week at work.
Oh, that'll do it.
And had 2 days off, not consecutive. One of those days was almost entirely you were over, and the other day I decided to play Dark Souls in a dark room drinking too much coffee. So as you can see, I've packed my days in.
Got lots to do.
I don't know if I told you that. Fuck! I just want to take a moment of a reflection. We're getting to the point where we're becoming good enough at this where we should probably avoid a lot of self-reflection because it kind of like breaks the fourth wall. But we're also trying to create something that doesn't feel like it has a fourth wall. Like it's supposed to feel like you are there, like you're just hanging out with people.
It's also part of why there really aren't any rules to it.
Yeah, we have a set of really simple rules that we haven't really clearly defined because no one has ever been on the show. The big one is the 11-minute guarantee. That's the one that I care the most about.
A minimum length, not a maximum length.
No, we'd have no maximum. Fucking episode can go as long as we want. We could upload a whole session and not divide them into episodes if we felt like it. We can do whatever we want.
Hey, don't push us. We just might do it.
Don't fucking push me, bro.
We just might fucking do it on you.
But anyway, on a self-reflection note, I fucking love this show. You're out of rockets, by the way. I love this show. I love this game for the show, and I love how it's a platform to be able to say whatever you want. But because we're not focusing on what we say, every episode is presented in a similar fashion because any point of any of the episodes could be better or worse than the other ones. We're not doing the PewDiePie thing where we cut 2 or 3 hours into 10 minutes. Because what he's saying is, this is the funniest thing I did with this. Like, this is entertainment. Here it is. And so it's a lot easier to look at him and say, like, oh, you're not funny. Because he's trying to be funny. Well, we're not trying to do anything. We're just playing fucking Crackdown.
Yeah, if people want to watch us play Crackdown, they can watch us.
Yeah. I forgot what I was originally saying, which is why we should avoid self-reflection a lot, because we ended up
missing what we're talking about.
Digressing, but yeah.
But this, I just realized, he just said, eliminate some of the other bosses to cut down Garcia's defenses. Ooh. And I realized that because I've done this recently.
The fence explodes.
Or I can do that.
Dude,
down.
I can't remember what episode it is of Crackdown or Mercenaries, but it's the first episode that I think you have ever done a real uncontrollable laugh.
Oh, really?
It was when you flew, like, you hit a rock and the vehicle exploded, and it was just so smooth the way that you flew out of the vehicle and took no damage. And we just had to stop to laugh, but your laugh is like you have like 2 or 3 seconds there where it's uncontrollable. A few months ago, I noticed while watching the episodes that I started my real laugh before I guess I had some sort of variation that I was comfortable laughing with. Because I guess I was embarrassed by whatever my real laugh was. I don't think I have a real laugh because I have a lot of them. But I just recently, in the last few months, started actually laughing on the show. Like the real untouched laugh that I would actually do.
Unaltered.
Unaltered, yeah. If nobody was around, I would still laugh the same way. Because really, fuck you if you have a problem with someone's laugh. It's almost impossible to control it.
Well, it's when you do control it, you usually ruin it.
Yeah, it comes out unauthentic.
That's one thing I really like about Joe Rogan's podcast is he kind of teaches you that it's okay to laugh. Like when Joey goes on there, like Joey Diaz shows up on Joe Rogan's podcast, it's not like a reserved, presented conversation. Like, most of what's funny about it is Joe just can't stop. He actually can't help himself.
Joe can't stop, and Joey will say the most ridiculous, like, fucked up stuff, and it is so fucking funny. Like, when he talks about, like, have you ever heard his stand-up?
No, Joey Diaz?
Yeah, I've heard a few of his stuff, amateurly recorded, but still very good. And he has his, I don't really want to ruin his bit, but he has a thing about putting a finger in your asshole. But he says it so fucking funny, and it comes out of nowhere, and like I was howling. Like I get why Joe loves him so much, and I don't think he has a special. At least not the one that I've seen. Although an interesting point, I was just listening to the Jay Leno podcast with them. Have you heard that one?
With Joey Diaz?
No, Jay Leno on Joe's podcast.
No, I haven't listened to that at all.
Yeah, it's long enough ago. Like, it's definitely it's not super recent, but
they give me a 20% chance. Fuck them. They don't know me.
What a fantastic uncovering of that guy's life. The stuff that the places that he lived and the things that he did and how he got into comedy and all that shit.
That's a really interesting story I'd like to hear, is like how Jay Leno got into that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because I've heard like Jay Leno didn't really, like, the talk show thing wasn't his original plan.
Not
it
at
wasn't
all.
like...
Okay, next time on Brosplay, more Jay Leno.
I was gonna say, maybe less other content, more our content.
Less Crackdown, more Jay Leno.
More Leno! Wow.